It is the Masters level ladder TvT between me and a protoss dude. Nick was asking me for a good TvP build, and this is the raven-scv all-in. And remember the SCVs because they're the important component. Ravens are unbelievably awesome, but they're hit or miss. You throw down a PDD and you get to win that one fight. It's like Emp. It's really powerful if it works, but sometimes it doesn't work. So yes, you're getting a Raven and other air units, but the main strength of the push is the Marines and the SCVs. Always keep making Marines and SCVs. If you have to delay something else. Your Marines are high DPS, low health, and your SCVs add huge health to the push, so always fight with at least a couple SCVs. As always, at 6 minutes, stop and check benchmarks. I've got 24 workers. 24 is the most you can have at this point in the game, so if you have less, you screwed something up. 700 army spending plus concussive shells is 800, but most possible is 1200, but I have the factory and the starport started too, so that's why it's that low. My opponent has got 3 warp gates and Stargate, so he has told us what his build is, and here comes the scan, and now obviously I know what his build is. So normally you want to sit behind bunkers until you have about 4 air units and enough energy for a PDD, but I scanned the Stargate, so I know that I'm safe as long as I get lots of Marines and a Viking. Not lots of Vikings, but one Viking. Because the Viking has like a million range, but the Marines have short range, but the Marines are very strong against the air units. So if you keep the Viking on top of the Marines, then any time he sees an air unit, he'll chase them away. So anytime an air unit runs away, he has to suffer several extra shots. So anyway, my Raven is popped, and that was the whole point of this build, and now the battle is starting, but my Raven doesn't have enough energy to win the battle yet. So my goal here is to try not to get contained up my ramp, try to fight a little bit, but run away as soon as you see Guardian Shield, and don't get stuck anywhere. So my Viking above my Marines is annoying his voidray, and he's using this battle as a distraction to pick off a couple of SCVs back home. So I run back to defend my SCVs, but also to buy time while I wait for my Raven to have enough energy. And I put up the wall in so he can't chase in and do more economic damage. So he's knocking down my supply depots, but as you can see I have the camera locked to the Halby vision, and Halby isn't even looking because I don't give a crap. You can knock down 2 supply depots, it's 200 bucks, I don't care. You knock down my reactor core too, but still I don't care. I'm just waiting and abusing my medivac's healing over time ability, as well as storing up Raven energy, and once my Raven has enough energy, that's when the real fight will begin. So right now it's just keep your cool, don't panic. And having that one Viking allowed me to kill his voidray in the backfield, and that's really, really big and epic. So that same Viking was also able to clean up, actually there's 2 Vikings now, clean up the voidray on the front side, and the PDD goes down. Now his what makes the protoss push scary is the voidrays, and that they have 100 shields and they can run away before taking too much hull damage and then just keep coming back and keep coming back. So just by having the Vikings in my composition, I scanned at 6 minutes and immediately started a Viking. It just completely counters what makes voidrays strong. And when voidrays can't retreat and then come back and retreat and come back, they're actually very weak, especially against Marines and Vikings. So then my opponent's army is basically composed of a couple of sentries, some stalkers, and a few zealots. And Marines just dominate all of that, especially with a PDD. PDD just completely nullifies it. But more importantly, the SCVs on auto-repair, repairing each other, and the air units just have a really great synergy with this army. Because what happens is either an SCV or a mechanical unit will take a tiny bit of damage, and then all the SCVs will flock to them. And as you can see, during this battle, I'm just microing my Marines. So my SCVs are absorbing a bunch of shots and doing a bunch of repairing and just feeding additional health to my army, while I just kind of keep pulling my Marines back and pulling my Marines back. And Marines are huge damage, low health units, and if you can get SCVs up in front of them to absorb the damage, they're just crazy, unstoppably awesome. So that's the end of that. If the game hadn't ended right there, as you can see a bainshee was showing up, the main composition of your starport units should be 1 medivac, 1 Viking, 1 Raven, mass bainshee.